So, been meaning to do this for a little while now. This has been my rifle setup for several years now. I haven't made much modifications to it since I pretty much got everything on there that I absolutely need. I've changed a couple things over time as mission dictated. But the most important thing about my rifle setup is the practicality of it, which is from my ASA that got dropped down an extra inch. This right here just changes the game altogether. So what it does is it just drops the buttstock down just a little bit, and I also raised my rifle scope up just an inch so that there's like a good distance between the top of the buttstock and the bottom of the rifle scope. So this is mainly for when I got to just bring it up to my face, and I got a good chin weld right here, and I can comfortably just bring it up to my face and just aim. And mainly what that's for is that when people play paintball, obviously they're wearing a paintball mask, but when people get into Milsim, the first thing they do is throw an optic on there and they just call it good, which is fine, but people don't always consider the fact that a little bit of extra distance gets added to your face. So now you have to compensate that extra distance between your scope and your buttstock. So now with this added compensation, now it's faster reaction, as if like I wasn't wearing the mask at all. I just bring it up to my face and then I'll go ahead and engage. So this scope right here actually is one of 4 powered optic, and I use it mainly to dial in my shots or just to, you know, zoom in on something that I really want to see. But I mainly use this just for recce purposes, where I can engage at a long distance, and when I need to get in close, I use my offset red dot. So when I'm at a distance, I'll be using my main scope, and then when I have to assault through an objective, I just tilt it to the side and then I start engaging. It's all, as you can see, the same height difference straight across, because it's the same notion of dropping down the buttstock away from your face so that the optics sit comfortably right in front of your eye as you engage. And it's also tall enough that all this other stuff up front doesn't get in the way of you visually. But ironically enough, the very first thing I changed was my my pistol grip, because I'm not a huge fan of like the standard pistol grip that comes with all AR-15 style weapons. So comfort's always a priority. Then afterwards, I decided to get a key mod handguard, and from there that kind of just slimmed down the overall grip, and I kind of just threw on an 11.5 inch rifled barrel, and what that does is that slings first strike rounds a little bit further than usual, so I can engage at pretty much any distance. This was actually inspired by this comic book over here, which made a lot of sense to have a recce rifle build, especially when most fields are pretty much built the same, where you're going to be in close combat and long distances at a moment's notice. And this is just short enough that you can bring it inside buildings and get some CQB done. So same thing with the pistol grip. I added an angled foregrip for extra comfort in it. So this is where my hand naturally grabs, and I'm always just pulling it into my shoulder for extra stability. My thumb naturally rests on this pressure switch for my flashlight. Originally this fake PEC 15 box wasn't supposed to be here because my cameras were set up right here, but those are getting fixed at the moment. So this is just gonna take its place. Just to make it look cooler, obviously, I threw on a fake suppressor and threw on a suppressor cover on top of it just for extra style.